Hey guys, so it has been a really busy year, right? I don't know about you, but it's sort of like COVID sort of ended in a way, and wow. But actually, I was busy during COVID as well. Anyway, it's been a really, really hectic year. I lost my voice. This is now day 6, so it's actually back way better than it was. I had nothing for many days. But with being so busy, okay, and it's not an excuse, but one tends to make mistakes, right? So a couple of weeks ago, some of you would have noticed that I put up a D-Max video, and then a couple of people commented going like, Jules, you're actually reviewing like the wrong derivative. True as Bob, I was. I'm trying to figure out what happened. I have a feeling that I thought I was getting a certain derivative. I actually thought I was getting the 1.9 litre. The 3 litre arrived. And I remember thinking like, sure, this has got some power, like for a 1.9 litre. But because I was just in such a mad rush, my fault, my mistake, I didn't double check. So I deleted the video because how embarrassing. What a loser. Not a loser, just a busy person. Okay, anyway, so now I've gotten the D-Max back. I've gotten the top of the range 3 litre V-Cross 4x4. I didn't actually request that I get the top of the range one now, but at least now I know what the bloody derivative is. Do you know what I mean? So this is obviously the 3rd generation Isuzu, now locally built in South Africa, which is a very cool feat. And I think it really looks bloody cool. It's kind of all new, like the underpinnings, the chassis, everything is quite new. This has got the 3 litre engine. Obviously, underneath you get 140 kilowatts of power and 450 newton meters of torque. Why is this guy driving so slow in front of me? Oh my God. I don't have a voice enough to like shout at him. Come, bro. Bro, look at me all bucky like. Oh, sound quite husky. Look, it's quite a grumbly engine. I'm sure you can hear it coming through. Sort of very industrial vibes for me. But look, it's powerful enough. It's not obviously on par with like Hilux's 2.8 and Ranger. We've got 500 newton meters, but it's certainly an ego enough engine. I feel like it's maybe not as refined as some of the competitors in general, actually. Where this shines really is in its off-road capability. You turn this little dial to 4 high or 4 low. It's got a standard diff lock, and this car is like unstoppable when it's off-road. I think you can go anywhere, like crawl, climb over anything, and it's kind of going to do it with a very cool old school bakkie feel, which is how this car appeals to me. Okay, I'm going to get more into that in a moment. I'm going to first quickly talk about the interior. So, being the top of the range, this has got like the leather seats, dual zone climate control, and that kind of thing. It's got a whole host of advanced driver assist systems, most of which I tend to turn off often because I find them to be a bit intrusive. This actually hasn't been too bad. There's only 1 or 2. It's like the forward collision thing. It alerts me well in advance when I'm seeing that the car is like turning. It's got its indicator on, so I know. But anyways, you know, good on you for making me be a better driver. The touchscreen is ever so simple. I don't think it's up to scratch with certainly the new interiors that are coming out. Like, you've got to bear in mind, okay, so this launched like much earlier this year, well, in South Africa in any case, and the Ranger's just arriving now, but I've been in it already. I haven't driven it, but I've been inside of it, and like the interior is sort of out of this world. It's like really, really lifestyle, very fancy. I don't think this lives up to that. However, what I have to say here is I don't mind that. You know my feelings on a bakkie, and I don't enjoy the whole lifestyle vibe about a bakkie. I'm like, if you're going to be a bakkie, and I think that's what Isuzu is. It's still a bakkie. It's not trying, I mean, I know they are trying to be appealed to more of a lifestyle thing because they have to. That's where the market is headed for many customers, but it's still retained a very bakkie vibe about it. Some of these newer ones and facelifted and whatever new generations are going like very sort of car-like, which is going to appeal to most people, a lot of customers obviously, but they don't get a bakkie. Get a SUV. Psh. Those are my thoughts on it. I quickly wanted to mention the fuel consumption. It's claimed at like about 7.9 or 8 litres per 100 k's. I'm sitting at 9.5, which is not bad for an old bakkie, you know. I took this to Builder's Warehouse. Look at me, I was literally living the bakkie life, to go and collect sun lounges, which are very expensive. I didn't know that sun lounges are so bloody expensive. I don't see the point in that. But anyways, put it in here, put it in the back with my little rope, tied it, everything. Felt very, okay, I didn't do it, I made my husband do it. But like, still, I felt very cool driving back, with a whole bunch of, like a load of stuff on my bakkie. Because that's the only reason I'd want to have one, is for that reason, to collect things that I couldn't do in a normal car. Anyway, so I think that Isuzu continues to do a fab job with this D-Max. It is, like I say, if you're going to be a bakkie, don't try to be something else. And I don't think this is trying to be something else. I think it's going to continue probably being in like third place, and I don't say that as a bad thing. I mean, it might not get the numbers that sort of Ranger and Hilux are getting, but who knows? Well, no, we do know, because it's already been here for a while. And our new Ranger's coming, and new Amarok next year. Woohoo! So many of you will be very excited to know that I'm not going to be singing in this video, because I actually can't, because after I've had this conversation, I literally don't think I can actually speak for the rest of the day. Albeit that I'm going to the new Golf R launch as I speak. That's where I'm driving to right now. So I will be woohooing throughout the day.